We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book. Sports by the book, South Point Studio.
This is the best sports betting network.
I would argue it is a total mismatch.
There's value with underdog prices in series.
I would lean to the under here.
My numbers are saying I got to bet the Tigers.
Two-way action.
When in doubt, we juice that favorite, that extra nickel.
Sports by the book, South Point Studio.
Forget about it. The best.
It's Sports by the Book at the South Point Studio. Here's Jeff Parles and Alex White.
Welcome back in, or welcome in for the first time here today at Sports by the Book here at the South Point Studio. Jeff Parles, Alex White. Good morning, Alex.
Fifth time this week, though. So
no, I guess technically. I mean, it's just a continuation, right? But here we go here today on the show. Alex will be with us for a little bit less than the first half. She'll have to join our good friend Ryan McCormick up at the Las Vegas ballpark. What is it, a three top today?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, three top today up at the ballpark in the WCC. We're going to be joined by our good friend Vegas Maddie, of course, footballcontest.com. It's never too early. All the big contests here in town are now been announced. He's going to be live from the Circa Sportsbook. We'll get his thoughts on the new contests at both the Westgate and Circa. Coming up for football season. And again, it's never too early to sign up. So we'll check in with Vegas Maddie in about 25 minutes from now. And then at the end of the show, the last 25 minutes or so 10:35, 10:40-ish, Vinny Maliulo will join us on set. And we'll break down everything with Vincenz. So looking forward to it here on a Friday.
He's the favorite for best hair.
He always is. Always. I mean, I don't even think Joey B could screw up those odds, in all honesty, Alex. So there you go. All right, let's before Alex has to go, we'll get her thoughts on Stanley Cup playoffs, the NBA playoffs, and then we got about half the baseball card to go through over the next 25 minutes or so. So, and by the way, her whiteboard will become at the end of the show without her here. So you'll have to stay tuned for the whiteboard for the official plays. So Vinny Maliulo will be holding up the whiteboard around 11 o'clock this morning. So there we go. All right. We start last night real quick. Alex, Florida just decimates Carolina again. It's 5-0. Wasn't as bad as the final indicated, but still was pretty darn bad. Anyway, so I said Carolina just looks spooked more so than anything. And now this goes back to South Florida. I understand that Florida was up 2-0 on Tampa, going back to Sunrise. Tampa took game 3, but then Florida won the next 2. I don't know. I don't even know if this is a gentleman's at this point. This just looks like a complete and utter mismatch through 2 games here in the East Final, and 10-2 through 2 games combined, and it doesn't even feel like it's been that competitive.
No, it really doesn't. And it just looks like the Canes have absolutely no answers going up against this Panthers team. Continue to underestimate them. They are just that dominant. I really think there was a mistake made. I think they should have pulled Freddie Anderson after the first period, coming back on a power play and just see what you got, right? Because now going back, if he does not start in game 3, that changes everything, and we know how that usually works out. I think Florida minus 2.5 is still available out there. I don't think you have to lay that much. I mean, I really it's hard to even say that they're going to win one here. It looks pretty tough. And to your credit, Jeff, you got a lot of crap from Kaluch and some of us about picking Toronto, but I mean, Carolina's been in this boat how many times now? And really just, it's a shame. Are they going to win an Eastern Conference game? Win.
Oh, again, Carolina just has been bad in this round ever since winning their only cup in 2006, their only cup appearance. But look, it's just more than anything, just look overmatched. Game 3 is tomorrow. Florida's $1.40. Total's 5.5. Florida's now minus 650 here at the South Point to win this series. Again, I don't like declaring, especially hockey series over, right, but it would be pretty darn stunning if Carolina found a way to get back in the series with how ugly the first 2 games have looked for them.
It's just really hard. And this is a team, of course, where we saw them in the Stanley Cup Finals last year give up 3 games, but that was Connor McDavid and company. And so it would be very tough. I mean, yeah, will they probably take one at home and, them split going back to Florida? But I don't know. We'll see.
Let's go to tonight. Edmonton and Dallas, minus 115 on the Stars tonight, minus 105 on Edmonton, total 6.5. Total hasn't moved at all. This opened minus 125. Initial move was on Dallas. Now it's on Edmonton. Alex, what do you think here, if anything?
It would only be the Stars for me here at this price. Now that we have seen money come in on Edmonton, I still have them $1.38 at home. Interested to see where my numbers come when it goes back to Dallas, because I don't have Dallas rated very high on the road. They are a great home team. They have a great atmosphere there. So I think this is a spot they got to have. I like what I saw from them in game 1, even coming back from that 3-1 hole. So yeah, it's a lean there. And honestly, I couldn't really bet the total confidently. My numbers say 6 over 15. So it would be a play to the under. That just makes me really nervous with what we have seen so far with the first 3 games.
I'm staying out. I'm staying out completely on this. Like I said yesterday, if Stuart Skinner blows up like he did in the first 2 games in LA, then it's going to be a really difficult decision for Edmonton on what to do with game 3, because we still don't know how healthy Pickard is. We don't know. We haven't seen him since he injured got rolled up on in game 2 here in Vegas in the last series. They haven't even needed to have that conversation because Skinner had been great in game 4 and game 5 of the last series. So we'll see. We'll see. It would only be a look to Edmonton, but I just, the way Skinner ended game 1, that was just an absolute train wreck, more so than anything. All right, NBA-wise, Thunder in their complete command against Minnesota. I just will say this for the T-Wolves. You go back home, you have to stabilize the ship tomorrow night. Season's over if you lose. Oklahoma City, no one's ever blown a 3-0 lead in the NBA. Oklahoma City's not going to be the first team to do it. Last night it was 8.5. Thunder covered it. Game ended up sneaking over to 218 at the end. Tomorrow, OKC's only 3. Total's 218. This is actually interesting. This is actually one of those rare ones with the first half, where the first half's actually pick in the 3, as opposed to us seeing the whole world come in on a team that's down 0-2 going home and betting them in the first half. Would only be a look to Minnesota first half at a pick. It readily available here in the market for tomorrow night. Thunder, of course, a 3-point dog here. But boy, I would have actually expected, even though Minnesota's a 3-point dog in the game, I would have expected Minnesota to be favored in the first half, just based off how the market usually plays that.
I really like that, especially, I mean, we saw it in game 1, Minnesota come out hot and then just kind of let that one slip away from them. So, yeah, I think that's probably the best way to play it. It's tough. This feels exactly like the Florida-Carolina. And this is the one where I do think Minnesota will get one of these, but it's got to be this first one, right? Because then if you... Yeah. But I don't know. Then it's always hard to close out the series. So maybe that is a gentleman's sweep and they get game 4. But they really do look overmatched and look like they don't really have answers here.
It's completely over if it's 3-0. Again, no one's ever come back in NBA history from a 3-0 deficit to win a series. Never happened. And it's just so hard in the NBA to ever see that happening, especially when Boston blew the opportunity 2 years ago to do it to Miami. Just the Thunder were the best team all year. I mean, they're a 68-win team. Most effective offensive and defensive team. It's hard to beat. And for the T-Wolves, again, back-to-back appearances in the conference finals. They just ran into a monster so far through 2 games. Only difference with the other series, at least Minnesota's returning home. Carolina's got to go to South Florida. Just think the Canes are done in the NHL sense with that. And then tonight, Game 2 at MSG, of course, another ridiculous comeback by the Indiana Pacers in Game 1 to steal it. Knicks are 6 tonight, Alex. That total is 6 points higher. Well, actually not. Well, it opened 6 points higher than it was in Game 1. Now it's only 3.5 points higher than it was in Game 1. I will say, even though both teams shot the ball well, the pace was perfect for an over. I still think that total's too low here at 224.5.
I'm with you, and we did go over this with my dad the other day, and he still likes it over as well. I believe his number was 228.5.
It was, yep.
We're getting close. It's a 4-point difference, but I mean, I do think we're going to see a lot of points here in this one. I just want to ask you, how do you think they respond? I mean, that is such a brutal way to lose the first game.
I would expect the win tonight for the Knicks. Expect that, but again, the long-term portion of this series completely just flips for me because again, I leaned Knicks in 7. Again, I thought these teams were pretty darn even. Thought this was a unbettable series without any data points. But right now, Indiana in 6 makes too much sense for me. Now, see if the Knicks can win tonight, get on the board. If the Pacers win tonight, this series is not going back to Madison Square Garden. It's going to be a sweep. Really do feel that will be the case. I know Cleveland won Game 3 in Indy, but I really feel this will be a sweep if the Pacers win tonight. But I think the Knicks get this thing done. But no, I'm not betting it. No confidence here in anything in this series still.
Is that minus 250 too steep here on the money line?
Oh, yeah. It's an NBA game, 100%. I mean, an NBA playoff game with 2 even teams, 100%.
They are very even.
You can't even look, zigzag has worked at times this postseason. Has not been as reliable as it usually is.
No, it has not.
It just stay the hell away from this game from a betting perspective. Pre-flop, there will be in-game opportunities, as there always is, but you have to watch and see what makes the most sense. All right, baseball here today. We'll hit a few games with Alex, games that she likes, and I'll throw some stuff out there because I want Alex's opinion on some of my thoughts here today. But we start in the nation's capital. Nats got it done against the Braves last night. And they'll face Roop today. It'll be Mackenzie Gore. It's a Gore day for the Nats. And how about this? Nats favored with Mackenzie Gore, minus 115, and a total of 8 here in this one, Alex.
I think they are the rightful favorite here in this one. I think that's a pretty nice price on the Nationals and Mackenzie Gore. You have the clear starting pitcher advantage. The Giants, on the road, we know how good they are at home, but the Nationals are just playing really good. They are one of the best offenses right now of all the teams today. So I do like them in this spot at home. Giants up against the lefty on the road. I think it only makes sense. Minus 115 for Washington here.
Staying off of this first 5, if you're interested in this game, has Mackenzie Gore out to minus 155. So that is a big price on Gore. Makes sense. Big pitching advantage, but that is a 40-cent difference on the Nats in the first 5 with Gore.
You do bring up a great point because there is always that concern with the Giants definitely have the bullpen advantage. And you can see that in the price, and that's why it's such a big difference there.
We go to New York next. Huge series between the Dodgers and the Mets, a rematch of last year's National League Championship Series. The Dodgers won in 6. This is the second and third best records in the National League. Philly actually with the best record in the NL at the current moment. How about that? Taking full advantage of the Colorado Rockies the last 4 days. But Mets 30-20, Dodgers 31-19, and a weird weekend here where Mets have the starting pitching advantage in all 3 games on paper, including tonight, at least to me. I understand why the Dodgers are favored. They're minus 115 with Kershaw. Griffin Canning has been awesome for the Mets through the first 2 months as even money, total of 9. Mets are we've talked about this, home road splits with the Mets. They're slightly below average road team. They are a great home team, and Canning's been great at Citi Field. I think the Mets I understand why the Dodgers come a favorite, especially here where South Point gets inundated with Dodger money, especially in big games like this. I think the wrong team is favored. I would take the Mets, especially if you're getting a plus price. They have the better starting pitcher, and the Mets are a monster at home so far this year.
I might have to dabble full game here, too, with that even money there.
I would, yeah.
I did bet Mets first 5 minus 110 because, I mean, I love Clayton Kershaw like everybody, but he is just not the same. And his first outing, he went just 4 innings against the Angels, gave up 5 earned runs on 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks in that one. So, I mean, you're right. Canning has been awesome for the Mets this year. His median earned run is just 1, 4 hits, but going 5 1/3. So I trust him here, especially first 5 to slow this Dodgers team offense and expect the Mets to be able to hit up Kershaw.
I'll say this for this weekend. The Mets, this is the beginning of a 9-game homestand. The next 2 series for the Mets on this homestand are the White Sox and the Rockies. Supposed to go at least 5-1 in those 6 games against those teams. Find a way to win this series. You can really stack up some wins. And also, by the way, they see Colorado twice in the next 2 weeks. So you got to get fat and happy against the worst team in baseball. And right now, the worst team we've seen through 50 games in MLB history.
8 total wins in that 50?
It's pretty good, right, Alex? Yeah, it's pretty good for Colorado. They're 8-42 entering today. Don't worry, we'll get to the Rockies in a little bit. All right, going next. Neither of us have a play on this game, but I just want to bring this up. It's Pivetta and Sale in Atlanta. Sale is a big favorite today because the Padres are just, they're a dumpster right now. I don't know, 2-8 in their last 10. They get swept north of the border in Toronto, and they lost in excruciating fashion yesterday. The Padres have now won since May 14th, so it's a 6-game losing streak now. Pavetta's been better than Sale, actually, this year, if you look at the numbers. But the big news in this game is that Ronald Acuna Jr. is expected to make his season debut a little less than 1 year after tearing his ACL. I just, for me, Alex, more so than anything, I'm just curious on your end, too. The Braves right now, they'll play tonight is their 50th game. Tonight's their 50th game. They're 1 game under 500 through 49 games at 24-25. Just how much of a boost and how healthy, even after a year of basically a year of injury plus rehab for Acuna. I just wonder how big of the impact it is right away. I think we'll start seeing that impact once we get to mid-June, but I just wonder right away how much of an impact we see from Ronald here coming off. Again, second time he's tore the ACL in the other knee previously in his career. Of course, the Braves went on to win the World Series in 2021 when he did that.
So he has had some at-bats, right, at the AAA level. Yeah, he's had a few. So he's played in at least 6 games. I mean, I think it really just will help the overall morale and having him lead off. So I do think it will make an impact. And I don't think they could ask for a better team coming in here who is definitely slumping at this point in the season, especially offensively. Great pitching matchup between these two. Pivetta has been awesome. I would only look to Padres team total under. I'm seeing a 3.5 here, and just the way that they have been at the plate, I think that's the way I would play it, especially because it is just such a big price. And with the losing streak coming into this, I do think it is the right number here, maybe getting a little bit aggressive, but yeah, I would probably just try and look at Chris Sale throwing a great game here and keeping the Padres under 3.5.
Go under 4 first 5 with the high-end pitching in this game. Sale pitched very well in his return to Boston last weekend. They actually beat Garrett Crochet that day. Pivetta, as we said, Pavetta's been awesome. It's just been the Padre offense. Other than yesterday, the Padre offense has went into hibernation the last 10 days or so. Very odd, again, with all that talent in San Diego. And again, in the National League, you cannot go on big, bad stretches without really feeling the pain in the standings. And look, the Padres, again, way too early to be doing if the playoffs started today, but the Dodgers and the Giants are both 5-5 in their last 10.
Yeah.
And the Padres have lost 3 games off of them. You're supposed to, hey, look, when a team like the Dodgers goes 500 in 10 games, you're supposed to pick up some ground if you're a high-end team. Padres have lost 3 games, and that's why the Dodgers are 3 games up on them right now in the NL standings. All right, moving along in the baseball slate here today. Speaking of a team that's red hot, Cardinals, again, playing really well, taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks in Middle America here this evening. It's Zach Gallen and Miles Michaelis, your pitching matchup. Gallen's a minus 125 favorite, plus 110 on Michaelis, and the Redbirds with a total of 8.5 at Busch Stadium tonight.
I really like this one. I like counting on both bats here. I think both teams have been doing well. Diamondbacks right now, 119 WRC plus over the last 7, batting 267 as a team. I mean, they just split with the Dodgers, and those were all very high score. Well, there was 2-2 high scoring for that series. But it's really the pitchers here. I think that the Diamondbacks will be able to get to Michaelis, and I think the Cardinals will be able to get to Zach Gallen. We've seen this year, it's been a rough start. 3.5 runs is his median earned runs to allow. And I mean, he is going deep into games though. So I think both lineups will be able to put some runs on the board here.
Wouldn't shock me. Again, Gallen, other than one start, has really been below average. And you know my thoughts on Miles Michaelis. I know the numbers don't look terrible, but again, to me, he's a ticking time bomb. And at some point, you're going to get an outing where someone throws 6 runs on him in 3 innings, and they're like, all right, well, they finally showed up. Would only lean the way that you're going here on the over in this one. All right, south side of Chicago.
Yep.
We go. White Sox and Rangers. Rangers just got skunked in New York, got swept by the Yankees 3 straight, 1-0 yesterday in the afternoon game. They'll throw Tyler Mahle, who's again been really good to begin the year for the Rangers. Burke, the opening day starter for the White Sox, hasn't been great, but again, the White Sox still not a lot of depth on this team in the rotation. Minus 190 on Texas, plus 170. Best price in the market on the White Sox, and a total of 8 in this one south side.
It really is. It's pretty brutal that they couldn't get at least one win there, especially when DeGrom and then Eovaldi threw really well for them. Thought yesterday might have been a shot for them. I like under, and I like under in the first 5. No wins that we have to worry about. It's even money, and it is 4. So where are those runs coming from with this Rangers offense that has just been struggling as a team in their last 7, batting 202, a 263 OBP, and 71 WRC plus. On the other side, I mean, the White Sox are actually a little bit better here, but like you said, Tyler Mahle has been very good for them. So I think this is a great bet, and I think it's great value here getting even money.
No problem with that. And again, for the White Sox, again, they're not good. They're not good. We know this, but it has not been as ugly as it was a year ago so far.
No.
And they're just they're a normal bad team. Now, are they going to win 60? Who knows? But they're just a normal bad team this year instead of historically bad from a year ago.
Do they have to get to 60 to go over their win total?
No, I think it was 54 is what they need.
I think it was
53 and a half, if memory serves me correctly. They should be able to do that. They've been, they haven't, not like they played well, but 15 and 35. Yeah, ugly for most teams. For a team with a 53 and a half win total, you're right on that number right now.
It helps that the Rockies, came in this year and said, you think you did something good last year? Watch this.
8-42 on Colorado, as we know. All right, speaking of Colorado, we get to them right now. Rockies get swept by the Phillies. Now, your reward for that, you get to play the Yankees at Coors Field now. Wonderful. Wonderful. Aaron Judge at elevation here tonight and over the weekend. Alex, the team total on the Phillies didn't get there yesterday, all right, but 3 out of 4 is still pretty darn good for getting the team total. The Yankee team total tonight is another 7.5, and unfortunately, the books have fully caught on, and I think now that when we see these good offense go to Coors, we're going to see 7.5, unless if the weather is just so bad that it will dip everything down a run, and it'll still see 6.5 in bad hitting environments, all things considered in Colorado. $3 on the Yankees here today, plus 250 on the Rockies, 11.5 the total. I am going to be on the Yankee team total today at 7.5 over. And it's just, again, they haven't really hit the last 2 days, but you're going to Coors, and now you're going from facing Jacob deGrom and Nathan Eovaldi the last 2 days, and now you're facing Colorado's gas can pitching staff, and you're playing in Mile High. Yeah, it's a good environment for the Yanks. I like their team total over 7.5.
Listen, and I'm glad we talked it out yesterday, and I think we played it right, playing a little bit less with that getaway day, because it did look like the Phillies were already kind of checked out of that series, did win that one 2-0. But I think we can just find the spots, right? And maybe a little less here on the Yankees in the first game. They did just travel. So, if they don't hit it, might drop down again tomorrow. We can get back up to a full unit size.
I will say, weather is awesome for hitting in Colorado today.
Very good.
The rest of the weekend, not so much. But today, you're looking at mid-70s at first pitch. That'll play with not a lot of wind at all. Well, you take that in Colorado. And you take that in Memorial Day weekend for sure, when you can still get some weird stuff in Colorado weather-wise. All right. One last baseball game we'll hit, or two more, excuse me.
Two more, but we can kind of do them together.
I can't discount the Athletics, but we'll get to them in a second. Let's go to the Angels, the Red Hot Angels. With a win, they'll be 500. Yusei Kikuchi, Sandy Alcantara, boy, minus 50 on, and it's not like Kikuchi's pitched well this year. Kikuchi's minus 50 at home, total 8.5 in this one, Alex.
No, but remember, we've talked about Alcantara a lot with Sandy here coming back, and he just has not had the same stuff. I still do not think he's there midseason form. So I think you got to ride with the Angels here. I actually like them, and that's why I said we can talk about the next one too, because I'm going to ride their win streak, because, Athletics should have had that one yesterday, but Angels found a way and came back to win that one. Take them, fading the Marlins, and then the next one, I got to fade the Athletics on this losing streak that they have and going up against Zach Wheeler. So tie those two together. Minus 90 on the Phils. By the way, this is a bullpen game for the A's. Phillies team totals 5.5 or 6.5 here. It's got to be a 6.5 on a 9.5 with Wheeler going, right? I've got it up right now. So Phillies is 5.5 plus 105. Oh, really? Yes, it is. Oh, that's that. We'll go back to the well here in that ballpark. Now, weather's not as conducive as we expected for potential hitting weather in West Sacramento, but boy, again, for what we expect from the A's here today. You got 15 runs yesterday. We weren't liking the weather either. Yeah, well, the ballpark's still playing pretty well for these major league hitters. Not much of a shock on that one. All right, we'll take a break. The trivia question will be in the bottom in a moment. Vegas Maddie will join us on the other side. Alex has to get out of here to get up to Las Vegas ballpark here today. Yes. You got 3 games in the WCC. I don't think Kenny has any plays on those games, who I know red hot on a college baseball. Well, don't worry, Kenny will have a ton next week when we have the NCAA tournament beginning over the weekend. You're going to have to stay tuned for Alex's whiteboard. We'll reveal that at the end of the show. And if I get a text or hear anything, I will put it in the chat, because really good over yesterday with Gonzaga and St. Mary's. So I'll see if he has anything for the games today. We'll be back Monday, though. So yes, we will. Everyone have a great holiday weekend, but please join us still. We are working the holiday, so be on the lookout for us over the weekend. Alex, safe drive. Thank you. Drivers are a little bit nuts here today in town, but they usually are. That's not an abnormal thing. All right, we're going to check in with our friend Vegas Maddie when we get back. Sports by the Book, South Point Studio. Football contest sign-up season is here, and you don't want to miss out on the action. With millions of dollars on the line each and every week in the world's biggest football contest, there's only one proxy to trust: footballcontest.com. Maddie and Tony have set the gold standard for football contest proxy services, with 20 years of experience and over $13 million in winnings for their clients. All you have to do is get to Vegas between now and the start of football season to sign up in person, and they do the rest, making sure your picks are entered every week. Whether you want to play in the Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, Super Contest Gold, or the new Super Contest College Contest, Maddie and Tony have you covered. Their new website has everything you need to know about these football contests and more, including how you can reserve the best proxy in the business. Experience matters, so go with the pros at footballcontest.com, the gold standard proxy service.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, Come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world. Our gaming amenities include over 60 table games and over 2,600 of the most popular slot and video poker machines. We have penny slots, including the popular Buffalo games, and real machines like Wheel of Fortune, Triple Sevens, and Megabucks. If you prefer video poker, try Deuces Wild, Double Double Bonus, or a variety of multi-denomination games. Or try your hand at one of the most popular casino table games in the world, Blackjack. Don't let the game intimidate you. Blackjack, also known as 21, is both easy and fun. And our dealers are always happy to assist. And the best part? Blackjack always pays 3 to 2. Next, check out the roulette tables. Roulette is one of the easiest casino games to learn, and so much fun to play. It's a favorite of both beginners and seasoned players. In addition to blackjack and roulette, our casino pit features over 60 popular table games like Baccarat, Pai Gow Poker, 3-Card Poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Mississippi Stud. So get out of your room and come join in the fun. Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books, 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza. Plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book, over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
Welcome back in at Sports by the Book South Point Studio. Jeff Parles, happy to be with you. And now we're going to kick it up to the Fremont area of town. Our good friend Vegas Matty joining us right now, doing signups for contests up at Circa, which are all ready to go now. Our good friend Vegas Matty joins us right now at footballcontest.com. Matty, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me, of course. Things are rocking and rolling. We had the first entries in the Circa Million, Circa Survivor already today. And the very first entry in the Grandissimo was here. Mr. Ian Ritchie from Full Time Fantasy. He got a group together and put in the $100,000 entry fee to try to win a guaranteed $1.5 million in that Circa Super Survivor contest.
So, Matty, just before we get into all these new things, you got a big announcement coming for footballcontest.com, and we'd love to hear it right out of the gate here.
Yeah, so we just launched our brand new website this week. As you can see, the new swag, we got our new logo and everything like that. But we're doing something that no other proxy is doing for its Survivor contest. And what we're doing, it's It's kind of a refund credit program for people who get knocked out the first 3 weeks of the contest. And what that means is if you sign up with us as your proxy this year, you will get 50% of your proxy fee back if you get knocked out in week 1. You will get 40% back if you get knocked out in week 2, and 30% back if you get knocked out in week 3. And that will be issued in the form of a credit for the following season. We just got that information up on our website at circa.footballcontest.com. If you go there, you can see the details. You can see the rules on all of Circa's football contests and get the lowdown on that refund credit program that we're offering. And we feel for the people who get knocked out early in the contest every year, and we just want to do something different this year and try to help people out. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm sure it'll be well received.
I'm sure it will be. I know, again, it's always bites to get knocked out of that contest early on, but that's a great promotion. Again, footballcontest.com, circa.footballcontest.com for all the information on Survivor. But, Maddie, look, this has been a football offseason of additions to the contest game. You mentioned Grandissimo, which was mentioned with Derek Stevens announced yesterday the $100,000 entry, which is a heavy duty entry to say the very least. But also too, over at the Westgate, they expanded as well. They added a Survivor contest, and also something that I know a lot of people have been asking for. They added a college football contest as well this offseason that will be ready to roll this fall.
Yeah, that's right. We've been bugging John Murray and Jay Cornegay the last few years to get that college contest done. They're finally going for it. We figured that would help with their super contest signups as well. Being the only college football contest in town, they're going to go 14 weeks as far as I know. $500 entry fee, 7 picks a week. And you can use our proxy service for that as well. Those signups start on July 1st, but it's really a long time coming. I know other people have tried to do college football contests in the past, but I think their brand behind that is definitely going to help bring some people into the sports book and get them signed up. So we'll see what happens.
So, Maddie, I just want to go through everything real quick for people that may be joining us for the first time. And you were with us all last year in the lead ups too. But for someone that, for the process of getting a proxy and getting you guys all ready to go, for someone who wants to do these contests for the first time, what's the easiest way for them to get in contact with you and get ready to go for having you guys be their proxy for any out-of-state or even in-state people that are in these contests across football?
We do have in-state people. Yeah. Again, it's footballcontest.com. You want to go to our website and get everything you need to know about all the football contests in town. And that, Jeff, you brought up a good point about locals here in Vegas. We have several locals that just know that we're going to help them get their picks, and they might forget a deadline or not really depend on themselves to get the picks in. So they count on us to reach out to them. Like, our communication is second to none. We've been doing this for 20 years now, believe it or not. And we believe we run the gold standard proxy service. And all you got to do is get to Vegas sometime between now and the start of the NFL season to sign up, or college football. I think their deadline is also going to be that first Saturday before the first NFL game kicks off. And you just want to get here between now and then, schedule an appointment with us to meet up at the sportsbook, and then you can prepay your proxy fees online too. If you go to proxy.footballcontest.com, you can do that. That way you can keep more cash in your pocket, and we've got discounts out there right now. I think right now you can save 10% with promo code SKED, S-K-E-D, if you want to take advantage of that through June 1st. And we're here for you all throughout the summer and all through the season. We've been doing this a long time, and if you do live outside Nevada and cannot submit your picks on a weekly basis, you do need a proxy to participate in these contests, and that's the most important thing to know, that you do have to get here to sign up, and then you can pass the baton to us, and we'll take care of you the rest of the season. Vegas, even when it's 120 during the summer, is still very lovely here, but definitely, again, out-of-staters, even in-staters, again, footballcontest.com, Vegas, Maddie and company got you
all covered with the best proxy service in the biz. And you'll hear from Maddie throughout the summer. We'll be checking in with Maddie over the summer here on the show with all the updates for all these contests. When Westgate goes live for their signups as well, we'll have Maddie back. But if you're in town right now, happen to be watching it, and you want to sign up for any of those Circa contests, you see it right behind him. Go visit him right now at the Circa Sportsbook.
I'm here for about another hour or so, and then, we'll be back here all through the weekend, Memorial Day weekend here. Same hours every morning, 9 to 11 a.m., and we'll have pretty much regular hours every day. So between me and my partner, Tony, give a shout out to her, but we're going to take care of you all summer long and get you signed up for the biggest and best football contests in the world.
Absolutely. Again, Maddie and Tony got you covered. Footballcontest.com, the site for more information. And again, Maddie and Tony will be down there this weekend, like Maddie just said, 9 in the morning, bright and early, to get you signed up for all those contests over at Circa. Maddie, it was a pleasure as always. I know we'll catch up with you. Absolutely. We'll catch up again with you soon. Enjoy the holiday weekend. I know you'll be signing up a lot of people this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll hopefully see you down here soon, too.
Sounds good. You will. I know you will, Maddie. Vegas Maddie, everyone, footballcontest.com. All right, we'll take a quick break when we get back. Vinny Magliulo on set to wrap up the week here on Sports by the Book.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rockin' dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grandview Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show, every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grandview Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grandview Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby. South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
Welcome back in Sports by the Book. We're going to wrap up the week in the right fashion. Alex, by the way, made you minus 5,000 today to have the best hair on set, and that minus 5,000 cashed with relative ease for our good friend Vinny Magliulo.
Well, Alex, her selections are always solid. Let's face it. She knows how to find value, even when you're laying that kind of number.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, that's some astute bookmaking there, more so than anything, Vinny.
She does it all. And we'll get to her whiteboard, even though she had to step away. But
Vinny Magliulo will be modeling off the whiteboard. That's two-sided today because Kenny White, I know that folks in the chat have been asking for college baseball plays because Kenny has not missed so far this week on the ones he's given out on the show.
Very solid.
So we'll be getting some college baseball in about 20 minutes with Vinny Magliulo showing the whiteboards.
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm good.
Busy time of year.
Yeah, it's look, it's for our friends on the East Coast, it's the official start of summer this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, where everyone.
It's not the official start of summer here.
Well, look, it's not 100. It's not 100 degrees yet. That's when we get the official.
Yes, it is. I just came in from outside. Yeah, that's.
I will tell you, it's very funny, Vinny, because of course of where we're both originally from. Like, just this is the weekend everyone gets in the car.
That's right.
Either goes out east
to Long Island,
to the Hamptons and Montauk and beyond. Mm-hmm. Well, not beyond Montauk, but you get what I'm saying. Or they get in the car and they go down to
Jersey Shore,
down the Garden State Parkway and head down to the Jersey Shore this week.
And in our world, this used to be a relatively quiet time. So I mean,
sure.
I'm going to harken back to when the NBA and the NHL finals were wrapping up right around this time of year. Of course, we've got another month of each of those, but it's also a time where we've learned that we've got to be in look-ahead mode. And as you know, and you spoke to Chris Andrews, director here at South Point, this week. Week 1 of the NFL is up, right? Schedules came out for the teams, and so also regular season wins are out. So there's so much going on. You know what I'm saying? And this is a popular weekend too, highlighted by the NBA and the NHL playoffs. Got a full slate of baseball, Indy 500, which at one time was the only auto race that we booked here. And by the way, I have a very painful Indy 500 bookmaking memory. You notice there's not a prop on the number of cars to finish the race. There used to be that proposition.
Do you want to tell the story, or is it too much pain?
No, it was. So I'm at Caesar's Palace in the early '90s, and the Indy 500 is up, and I hear somebody screaming out in the crowd, yeah, like screaming, like it's the only thing on pretty much, right? It wasn't a home run in baseball. It wasn't. So I'm looking up at the screen and I see, the caution flag. There's a wreck, and every time there's a wreck, this guy is screaming, he's cheering. So finally, I'm sitting there. I'm like, what is this guy? This guy, he bet the under on it. So a few minutes later, one of the supervisors comes back and says, "Hey, Vinny, there's a lady out here would like to speak to you." So I go up to the counter. I can barely see her. There's this little elderly woman, and at the counter she says to me, "Are you in charge?" I said, "Well, yeah, yes, I am, ma'am. Is there something I can help you with?" She said, "Am I to understand that you have people can bet on how many crashes are going to be in this race?" I said, "Well, ma'am, it's actually how many cars will be running at the end of the race." So yeah, I guess it's the same.
Technically,
so pretty much, yeah, you're right. She says, "What kind of sick person are you?" And I'm like, what? I'm sorry. I mean, this could have been like my grandma. She was like, and she's like on the counter. She's reaching up, and I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. Is there a problem?" She says, "Yeah, there's a problem. My grandson's in this race, and this idiot out here is screaming every time there's a crash. How do you live with yourself? What kind of sick?" Ma'am, yeah, my word. I'll never put that prop up again. Never did. And I don't think anybody else puts it up either. I don't know if you can find it out there, but let me tell you, that woman's probably still out there stalking bookmakers for hanging a number of cars running at the end of the Indy 500. So, yeah, but nonetheless.
Did the guy win the under?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
She came back to remind me of that, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
What kind of sick, demented person are you? And now, so after the Indy, then we put up the Daytona 500. And for a long time, those were really the only two auto races that were booked. But of course, now there's a lot more F1 racing. There's Indy racing available. But the Indy 500 is one of the more popular ones of the year. And now, of course, we have the weekly NASCAR schedule up. And of course, Brendan Gaughan and Jeff Motley do a terrific job on Gaughan Racing and breaking that whole circuit down. So, again, so you come all the way around, Jeff. This is a time of year where, again, it would be relatively quiet, just waiting for football. But again, in look-ahead mode, the Hall of Fame game is up. Week 1 is up, and this is why Week 1 of the NFL regular season is one of, if not the highest handled regular season week here we are in the middle of May, and we've got almost 4 months to book week one. And as folks come in during the course of the summer, and of course we'll have Memorial Weekend, and we'll have 4th of July weekend, and then Labor Day. They'll build for it because not everybody's going to be here for September 4 through 8, so they'll make their wagers, in advance. And there it is.
It's
Already
ready.
have the jackpot, the guaranteed $25,000 week one jackpot card here at the South Point. $5, as many cards as you want. Just pick the winners, and every year it goes through the 25,000. We get closer to we get through 30,000. So a lot of good football stuff going on already too. And I was just up with Chrissy in the back room talking about college football and everything that we're going to be offering now.
Got to be soon where you're going to start looking through the games that could potentially be on the games of the year list.
That's one of the things that we talked about.
And then you usually put those up in July, right?
Last year we put them up a little bit later just to get a better read too, Jeff, on the transfer portal is a completely different dynamic these days, right? Some other things that we've got to be mindful of is not only head coaches but coaching staffs that are going to remain intact. Those that are not, obviously returning starters, especially at the quarterback position and things like that. So, there are pros out there that are zeroing in on that. We've got to do all the things that I'm talking about, which is not a complaint. We've had to fill the rack of sheets.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
As much as we've filled the NHL and the NBA playoff sheets. So everybody's curious about it and looking forward to it.
I will ask you real quick.
Yeah.
It's not a regular season game, but that game that actually Drew Dog you just had up, that Chargers-Lions game, that Hall of Fame game, which we have football in July, Vinny.
Why not?
When will the avalanche of under money come in? Will that come in on July 30th, or will that come in a few days before that?
It's 32.5. I mean, how much lower can you go?
People love betting that game under. You know that.
Yeah, I get it. But that'll probably start this weekend.
Probably, I'm sure. Going to hockey first for this weekend.
Yeah.
Florida just looks like a monster right now.
Yeah.
Back-to-back dominations over Carolina, and they're big favorites to go. Well, actually, it just looks like you just took another whack on Florida, so they're even bigger favorites than they were before the show. Up to $1.45 tomorrow to go up 3-0 against Carolina.
In game 3, the thing about it is that Florida is this is their time of year. I mean, this is their third straight conference finals. They've been to the Stanley Cup finals the last 2 years, and of course, winning it last year in 7 games over Edmonton. They're relentless, Jeff. Their checking is incredible. Their positioning is good. They're physical. They win puck battles. I mean, is it a complete shock that they're up 2-0? I don't think it's as big a shock as the one-sided aspect of the scores.
100%.
10-2, right? The scoring in these 2 games. So, and you know what? They're fresh. Like when you watch the Panthers play, they don't take a shift off. When they roll their lines out, there's just no. The foot is always on the gas pedal. So it's going to be very difficult, I think, for the Canes to come back. I know there's been only 1 game in the West. Certainly Edmonton, what we saw the other night in the first 2 periods with their speed, if they can get some stability in goal and stay out of the penalty box, they can overcome. They can still win that series. And what we've seen them. Look, they went down 2-0 against LA in the first round, and they came back. They're certainly capable. I think they're more capable And again, it's only been one game. They're more capable than the Hurricanes at this point.
I'll just say this with Edmonton and Dallas. That's just a bad third period in game one for Skinner. Just power play goals, deflected goals, just everything that could go wrong.
It wasn't just Skinner. I mean,
it was everything.
Like
everything that could go wrong went wrong for Edmonton.
Exactly. It was kind of the perfect storm.
The East series, again, I don't like saying things are over, but Florida's just in their heads. I mean, Carolina got clocked by them 2 years ago. And
Brenda Moore's 0-10.
Yeah, 0-10 in the conference final. That's pretty good, right, Vinny?
Right. I mean, so
if you're betting against it, it's great.
You can't help but have that, I think, in the back of your mind. So,
and then for the Edmonton Dallas here, look, Edmonton wins tonight. Then all right, well, you know what?
Yeah,
it was just a bad period. Teams are pretty even. 1-1. All right, you got home ice technically. I really do it. Going into this round, I thought we were getting a rematch. Even with that bad game one, I still think we're getting a rematch with Florida and Edmonton for the second straight year.
Yeah, it could. I mean, again, the Oilers were they were certainly the better team. But I have to tell you that Dallas, there's not been a better third period team.
I'm playing great hockey right now, too.
In the postseason than the Stars. I mean, when you look at the previous, two rounds as well. So, they're a slight favorite. Edmonton drawing some early money so far. We opened that game a quarter, and it's down to 15 cents. With the Stars favorite at home in game two. So it's and again, you hate to say must. Edmonton is certainly more, even if they lose tonight, they're still more capable, I think, of coming back than the Hurricanes, in my opinion.
NBA-wise, Thunder look like a juggernaut through two games after really having to fight for their lives against Denver in that last round. And look, Minnesota, sometimes basketball is simple like it was in game one. The Timberwolves just couldn't buy shots, couldn't make anything. And yesterday it was the same deal. Even though Oklahoma City couldn't make perimeter shots either in game two, it just in the end, the Thunder, they won 68 games. They were the best team all year long for a reason. They've shown it through two games. Minnesota's got to win game three, as we know, Vincenzo. No team has ever come back from 3-0 in an NBA playoff series.
We talked about how the Dallas Stars have been the best third period team in the hockey playoffs. I don't think there's a better second half team. I'm talking about third and fourth quarters combined than OKC. Right when you look at these at the postseason, you can make a case maybe for the Knicks. But those were fourth quarters. Against Boston, and of course it came back to bite them. We'll get to that series in a minute. But OKC, deep, athletic, making shots. Whether it's from the perimeter or going to the basket. Gilgeous Alexander is just. Let's face it. He's been the best postseason player. Him. You can make a case for him and Jalen Brunson, I guess, of the Knicks. But the success of OKC with what they've done. So up to nothing, going to be very, very difficult, I think, for Minnesota. I think OKC's deeper too, and I think it's showing, right? So.
Look at that price to win the title now. OKC's minus 340 to win the whole thing.
To win it all.
Again, depending on who comes out of the East, that price will very easily will grow in the NBA Finals.
They're going to have the home field,
the home court against anyone,
against either the Knicks or the Pacers, and it's a strong home court advantage when you look at the success they've had at home. So. When you've got four teams left, and one of them is almost, 2-7, that's pretty strong.
Game two tonight in New York. Obviously, the disastrous collapse over the last 3 minutes by the Knicks.
Reggie Miller flashbacks with Reggie Miller in attendance,
of course, on the call for TNT. Vinny, going into this series, I had absolutely no confidence on what would happen here. I thought these teams are basically even.
Yeah.
I gave the Knicks the slightest of advantages because they had home court.
And momentum.
And they
you
just be knocked out Boston. Indiana also hadn't played longer than the Knicks. But when you lose a game like that, the tenor of the series changes where it's like, all right, well, you don't even the Knicks hold serve tonight. Oh, you just screwed up home court. The game you had no business losing.
No doubt.
And Indiana, who has an awesome home court, especially this postseason, it just got exponentially harder for the Knicks to win this series.
Well, I mean, the Knicks now the Pacers are headed to $1.50 favorite. I mean, $1.45 now in the series. Look, did they make great shots? The Pacers down the stretch, no question about it. Forget about was it traveling on the game tying basket by Halliburton? Forget about all of that. You have 57 seconds left to go in the game, and you've got what were they up 8?
Up 9 with a minute to go.
I mean, their defense is awful. And when you look at the Knicks and here's where their defense breaks down. It's on switches, right? And they do a poor job of it, but they've done a poor job of it all season. And when they talk about it and they say, "Yeah, we've got to fix that. We've got to fix it." When are you going to fix it? You're in the conference finals, and you've got a 9-point lead with a minute to go, like you said. What do you? So, look, their defense is killing them, and that's what killed them the other day. Did it work? Against the Celtics? Yeah, it did. But this team obviously is healthy. I mean, look, the Celtics without their best player in the last couple of games, and the Knicks still lost. The game 5 right up in Boston. So, this one I think this is. Knicks go down two games in this series. I don't see them being able to come back. No, if
it's 2-0, this could still go 6 because the Knicks could win game 3, win game 4, kind of like the Cleveland series I thought would be. Even though Indiana won again, Indiana won all 3 games in Cleveland. In the last round.
Pacers are fearless on the road.
They don't stop.
They just keep coming.
Three comebacks of 8 or more in the last minute of 3 different games this tournament.
Knicks kind of got a taste of their own medicine, but again, no excuse. The way they were, the role they were on, they're at home. Awful. The defending is, and I got to be honest with you, when Robinson was on the floor, particularly in overtime, it was like they were playing with 4 guys. I mean, it was bad.
It was bad. And for a guy who's usually a good defender, too.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, just a lack of communication. So, I mean, he seemed to be the victim of the poor communication. So, in his defense.
Vinny, let's, before you can get that whiteboard ready, but before we get to the whiteboard, we got trivia here today. We'll see if Vinny knows this.
Let's see.
So, here we go. This is a good question here from Vince. Only 3 NFL players have won the AP Defensive Player of the Year. So only 3 NFL players have won the AP Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. Who is the youngest of the 3? So we can also,
Well, Lawrence Taylor had to be one of them, right?
So Taylor's not the answer, but he is one who won it 3 times. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
2 or one. Well, one is. Actually, 2 of them recently retired. One of them is the answer.
2 recent retirees.
2 within the last 5 years have both retired.
Was Reggie White one? He wasn't
not
recently
5 years,
retired.
No.
Okay. But didn't he win it?
He won it twice.
Twice. He didn't win it 3 times. Okay, so the youngest.
Yes.
To win it.
They'll both end up in Canton.
Yeah. Well, if they won the defensive,
they're both going to be Canton first ballots for sure. So
3 times. Ronnie Lott was Ronnie Lott one of them too?
Not recent.
Not 3
enough.
times.
Nope. So, Vinny, here we go with this. I'll give you the answer. So, the answer to our trivia question today, who has a birthday today, is Aaron Donald. is the answer to our
Aaron
thing.
Donald's
only, again, I heard Donald only turning 34, stepped away very early in the.
He's 34 today?
Yeah, only 34. Stepped away early.
He could still play.
Look, what he did in the end of that Super Bowl.
Phenomenal.
Where Cincinnati had 4th down and a foot, and they had no chance of converting that play at any chance during that play. Because what Donald did was incredible. And then the other one was J.J. Watt, who's 2 years older than Aaron Donald. Both Watt and Donald, of course, will end up in Canton. Taylor's been there for years now.
J.J. Watt won it 3 times. Huh?
3 times, yeah.
Okay.
Nick got it today first because it was dropped at the beginning of the show today, and then JR got it at the normal time. So we'll give JR an honorable mention.
I think J.J. Watt's offensive prowess probably got him over the top.
Hey, multiple touchdowns for J.J. Watt. All right, Vinny, you want to grab that for us?
Let's see. Want to do Kenny's first?
Yeah, we'll go Kenny first here today.
With some college baseball.
There we go. Look at that.
I don't have the
one game Big 12 tournament.
Do I have this position proper?
You are just fine.
College baseball for Kenny. Arizona versus West Virginia. He's going under 10.5.
There we go. So Big 12 baseball,
okay.
conference, throw out the record books when Arizona and West Virginia play in the conference tournament, Vinny.
That's right.
So there you go.
So
there's
Kenny, people have been asking, and Kenny's been doing
Kenny's been great
exceptionally well in college baseball. So Arizona, West Virginia, under 10.5 runs today. Now, I did see Alex on my way into the studio, and she made mention to me that these are not full unit plays for her, right?
Yes, these are half units today.
So she's got the Mets first 5. She's laying a dime on the Mets in the first 5 today. Then she's got the D-backs and the Cardinals over 8.5 runs today. She's got the Rangers and the Sox, the first 5 under 4. So she's taking it's even money. So under 4 Rangers and Red Sox in the first 5 innings. And then she's got a round robin here for, again, partial units. The Nationals, minus 15 cents, or 3 nickels. Let's really go old school. Angels, minus 150, or half a dollar. And then the Phillies, minus $1.90. So she's grouping these in 2s. So there's 3 teams. Those are 3 2s. So there's 3 2-team parlays within that. Nationals, Angels, and Phillies. And then she's got the Phillies over 5.5. Their run total. Phillies over 5.5 plus 105, plus a nickel.
We need Vinny in here to do the whiteboards all the time.
No.
Or rate them across the board.
No.
By the way,
give me the blackboard with the chalk.
Get some chalk, and we'll be really good.
And the
Vinny's
erasers.
chalkboard.
Then I'll have a detention flashbacks.
I will not curse in class. I will not curse in class. We'll say I'm tailing Alex on the Phillies one. We kind of talked through that one, and I'm on the Yankees team total. It is a monster 7.5, but they're in Colorado. We know how good the Rockies are, Vinny.
That might go to 8.5 or 9.
Yeah, and that and the weather, 72 degrees at first pitch in Denver with limited wind. Oh. That's as good as you can do at the end of May. At Mile High. Mm-hmm. Vinny, pleasure as always.
Good to be with you.
Good to be with you. We'll see you again soon. Shout out to everyone who was here today in the chat. Vince, Ann, Drew Dog, Sean, thank you as always. Shout out to Ryan and Alex up at the ballpark already. Everyone enjoy your holiday weekend. We will be here on Monday.
Yes.
We will be here at 10 a.m. We expect to have Dwayne Colucci. So very good, everyone. We will be here breaking down what we saw over the weekend. We'll be here on the holiday, so join us. While you're grilling some burgers and some hot dogs, you can join us at 10 a.m. A little early on the West Coast. But you know what? There's no such thing as an early burger on Memorial Day.
You can grill all day. Start early.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right. Vinny, enjoy your weekend.
Good, you too.
I'm Jeff Parles. We'll see you again on Monday. Sports by the Book, South Point Studio.